All right, so sorry about that. I think that is still the network issue. All right, so now we want to look at the installation of the Elementor. So I would like us to be writing down some of these steps. And this same way we are going to install Elementor as a plugin, that same process you are expected to follow to install other plugin. So whenever you need a plugin, this same process, once you have an idea of the name of the plugin, you follow the same process to install it. Now, to install a plugin, step number one, go to your WordPress dashboard, which we are in right now. So from here, you select, from here, once you are in your dashboard, you scroll down to where you have plugin. Scroll down to where you have plugins. But once you hover on it, you are going to see three options, just like you are seeing right now. The first one says install plugins. Then the second one says add new plugin. And then the next one says plugin file editor. Now, if you click on that first option, installed plugin, past tense, it means that what? This will allow you to view all the plugins you have installed. Anytime you install WordPress templates, automatically it comes with a lot of plugins. That's the reason why you have some functions in the current theme you are using. Now, if you want to view them, that is when you click on what? Installed plugin. So let's wait for it. Oh, that is still network issue. Let me go back. Okay. So click on install plugin. Let's wait to see the list of all. Okay, so let me refresh the page. Okay, so I think it's going now. Okay, so as you can see, this is the list of all the plugins you have installed. Now, there are times when you build a WordPress website, when a plugin is outdated, it can stop some things from working. So for those of us that are going to be using it to build website for clients, at some point, the client can call you that something has stopped working. So what you do is you check, there will be an update. So once you see this kind of, like the way we have it on payment now, these are like notification. So once you see it on any of these item or element, you know that is a notification of updates about a particular plugin you are using. So in this case, for us to see this, means that there are some plugins that are due for updates. So once you have that kind, or you get that kind of call from your client, you go to your plugin section and update all the plugins that are required. As you can see, there is a new version of what? Akimets anti-spam, spam protection available. That is the notification you are seeing here. So if you want to update now, you click here. Once you update like this, you will notice the customer will call you and tell you that the website have started working. So that is just for you to know that a plugin can be outdated. All you need to do is to update it. Now, I'm not talking about pro and basic for now, because definitely you get to a point where you start buying plugins. All of them are not free. There are some that are free, there are some that are pro, depending on the kind of website you are developing. That is why you will not say because you are not using code method to build website, and thereby you charge customer 10 naira. Because when they start telling you that I want this, I want that, by the time you come to the plugin session and search, if the plugin that will give you that function is not free, you are going to pay. And it will look somehow you going back to the client and telling him or her that, I thought that I'm not going to buy anything. So if you are charging a client based on WordPress design, please always accommodate charges for buying plugin, plus or minus. Add certain amount to whatever you are agreeing with the person. Is very important so that you don't go back. Now, these are the list of plugins. So I want to start with how do I delete a plugin? This is the page layer basic. This is the page layer pro. If I want to implement this one, then I have to what? Pay. So the difference between the pro of this builder and the basic is that you will notice that if I'm using Elementor, if I want to create, maybe I want to create a kind of slider, I want different picture to be sliding. If you are using Elementor, you can't get it free. You have to go for the pro version before you can achieve that. But if you are using page layer, you can get that effect without paying for it. So you can now begin to see the differences between these page builders. So these are the things you consider whether you want to go for the Elementor or you want to go for the page layer. But I will advise you, if you don't want to spend money, let's say everything you are doing they falls under basic. They are not really professional thing. They are not advanced, or maybe you are not building a kind of advanced website for the client. Remember that from the negotiation, you must have outlined all this. You must have informed the person whether you are building a professional website or a basic website. So if it is professional website, you must have collected money for buying WordPress theme. So we are not going to be using this free theme. Like I told us, I will show us how you can buy theme towards the end of the training. So the kind of people or the set of people you will use this free version to build website for, they are people who want to settle for something less, something basic, because they don't have money. By the time you tell them 1.2 million now to build a professional e-commerce website, and they are telling you that, I don't have money, the economy is hard, what you do is that since they don't have money, they shouldn't put their long truth on bigger things. You settle for less. So once you have purchased the domain, which gives you access to this free one, so you just find a way to design everything that they need within the basic aspect with the free one. So let's bear it at the back of our mind that when you start collecting real projects, you are not based on the demand. If it is professional, please don't use the free one because there are a lot of limitation. When we start editing now, you will see some places where we cannot change because we are using a free version. But if you are using a pro version, the one you purchase, you are allowed to change everything in that theme to your own information. So I just want us to get that information. Now, let's go back and install. Let's say you want to remove a particular plugin because we are still viewing install plugin. How do I view plugins that are already installed? That is the step we are explaining now. So let's assume that I don't need this particular plugin, or I don't need this one. You just kindly check it, select the ones you don't need, and then you go up where you have bulk action. Click on the drop down and select what? Delete. So once you click on delete, you must implement the action by clicking on apply. Then you now wait until those ones that you selected are no longer here. So that is how you can delete unwanted plugin that has been mistakenly installed either by you, or in the course of installing the theme, you were not aware of all this. As a result of that, so many of them have been installed for you. So if you discover that they are going to just a kind of cause a kind of problem within your site, you go to what? Install, and what? Uninstall them. Now, that is how to delete. You can actually activate or deactivate. I want to explain all this before I go to installing a new one, because these are part of the things you need to know, not just installing a plugin. You must have knowledge of plugin management, and that is what I'm actually explaining now. Plugin management, which involves you knowing how to install it. It also involves you knowing how to deactivate it. It also involves you knowing how to delete it, you knowing how to consider the setting. These four things I mentioned, they are expected, or they are things you should know as somebody who work with plugin. Now, I can decide not to delete a plugin totally. I can just stop it from running, which means what? Once you are seeing deactivate, it means that that plugin is running. So if you click on it, you are now what? Deactivating it. Once you have deactivated, that place you are seeing deactivate will now change to what? Activate. So once you are seeing activate, it means that what? That plugin is not running. I just hope that the network should just pick up. Good. So if I go back now, you can see this one telling me what? Activate. So if you click on activate now, it means that what? You are reinitializing it. So I want to be sure that you understand what I have taught you tonight. One, I have showed you how you can view already installed plugin. Two, I have also showed you how you can delete in case you don't want it. And three, I have showed you how to what? To deactivate it, to stop it from running, because it could be that you don't have the intention of removing it. You just want to try something. You want to know, maybe you are debugging. You are trying to find out what is the cause. Why is one thing not working? Okay, let me deactivate this plugin, because if this plugin is the suspected, plugin, by the time you deactivate it, and then you check whether that problem persists. If it persists, it means that what? The problem is not from that plugin. That is the reason why I'm taking my time to explain how to deactivate. It is not every time you think of deleting them. You may just temporarily stop a plugin to observe certain behavior of a particular page. Now, so that is how to view and how to delete. Now, let's look at how to add a new one, like the Elementor we are looking at. So once you go to the plugin element, and then you navigate to add new plugin. So once you click on add new plugin, that is going to take us to a search bar where we can actually search for the plugin we want. There are a whole lot of plugins. All these you are seeing, they are plugins. Don't forget, I said plugins are software. They are pieces of software that we use in expanding the function in our website. Whatever it is you want to add, look for the right plugin. When we get to the aspect of building form, is plugin. When we get to activating page tag so that people can buy products directly from your website without calling you, is a plugin. We will look for whatever function we want is plugin we will be looking for. So this is where you can have some plugins. Now you can see that they are grouped. We have featured, we have popular, we have recommended, we have favorite. we have WooCommerce. Now you search for the one you want here. We are looking for Elementor. Elementor is the plugin we are looking for. So I'll type Elementor. So that is why I told us the other time, all you need to do is to go to Google. Let's say you have issue knowing the name of the plugin. Go to Google and describe the solution you are trying to provide and ask Google to recommend plugin that can solve that. So Elementor is searching based on that keyword. So you hold on. It's because our network is not that good. So if not, by now it will have listed a lot of plugins that start with ELEMENTO, then R. Then you get other options. So let's hold on for a while to see if we will get some list. So if your network is good, you must you can as well follow up by trying it and see if you have gotten a result. Okay, so we have some of them displayed now. Now, good. Now, you need to know the right one. You need to know the logo. Now, for every listed plugin, there is always a description that gives you an idea of what that plugin is designed for. Elementor Website Builder, more than just a page builder. The Elementor Website Builder has it all. Drag and drop page builder, pixel perfect, design, mobile responsive, editing, and more. Now, this is the right one. This one carry Elementor, but it's not the one for the, that is why it's good for you to read through so that you know which one exactly you need. So I will click on, there are two things involved. Once you have searched and you have found the plugin you are looking for, then you have to take two more steps. One, you install it. Once this install is completed, it's going to what? Change to what? Activate. So once you are done installing, you activate. So let's start with the installation now. So any plugin at all, once you have an idea of the name, this is the process on how to install WordPress plugins. So you must wait until that very place that is showing installing change to activate. And then after activation, it will now be what? It will now be showing installed. Then you can now find it here. You can see that Elementor is not listed here because that is how, while we are waiting for it, let me also explain this. Once you install a plugin, the plugin name will be listed here. So you can see that at the moment, we don't have Elementor here. So by the time we have successfully installed it, then it means that it will add to this. That is why we say plugin increases the functionality of your website. Now we are done with the installation. Then, like I said, you now activate. That is the last step. After activation, before you can actually see it here. So once it's activated, we are expected to what? To view it in installed plugin and also view it in our WordPress panel. Okay, so the reason why we are saying this, it is because this is the first time you are installing it in this particular theme. So, and it's asking you to create an account, that is to upgrade. So you can decide to create an account if you want. If you don't want to create an account, you can actually what? proceed. It has nothing to. You can just go back. You can just go back. So once you go back and it's not listed here, then you know that it was not installed. So you can see it now. Elementor has been installed. So the next thing I want to quickly show us is that now that you have installed the Elementor, you can see a lot of features that came with the installation. A lot of them. Now I want to use this Elementor to build this home page. That is the first thing we want to do. But before that, I want us to install our Elementor. For those that are joining with laptop, please kindly install your Elementor so that once I start editing, you can be on the same page with me. So I'm going for 10 minutes break. That 10 minutes break will allow us to be sharing our screen. Let's all install Elementor. So once we resume, I will just see how we can start using that Elementor as a page builder to start customizing all our static pages content. So let's start now. So who is sharing screen? Go ahead and share your screen. Someone should share screen. Let me know if something is going on, please. Someone should share his or her screen.
I've already installed my own.
Okay, good.
I just did it. I just did it now. I did it when I was following up when you were doing it.
Okay, so let me also get feedback from someone else.
Don't mind too.
Okay, so need more feedback. More feedback. More feedback. Who else have done his or her own? It's about practicalizing. No, you cannot learn WordPress and you are not working. No, whatever we are doing, learn to be doing it as well. That is the secret of mastering WordPress. You cannot just be looking. If not, the whole thing will just confuse you.
I just installed mine. It's activated.
Okay, good.
See the code.
Okay.
I've not been able to install mine though.
Somebody was saying something. Who was talking, please?
I said I've not been able to install mine.
So what is the issue? If you share your screen, let's see if we can help you out.
Okay.
Okay. For those that have installed, please somebody should guide her. Those of you that have installed, I want to hear someone guiding her how to install her own.